You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa, what up, me gente? It's your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, we have a return guest that had a kick-ass project, right? This person be rocking it, literally, all right? I mean, he's a guitarist for Digital Lizards of Doom, but he's also, a guitarist, the writer behind the awesome book. I mean, when we had him, there was level 1. They've done level 2. They're up to level 3. Oh, my God. Let's talk about how they're leveling up with the one and only from Lesser Known Comics, Mr. Gabriel Valentin. Wepa, what up, go?
What is up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. What's popping since last time we spoke? I have seen you tear it up on the socials. I'm seeing you everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, Digital Lizards be busy, son. I thought I was busy.
Dude, it's been wild, man. It's been wild. Yeah, Mark Bernal at Lesser Known Comics, he's keeping me busy. But yeah, we got a lot of awesome stuff coming out right now. And yeah, book 3, dude. Can you believe it? I mean,
book 3. When you came on, we were just on level 1, and then time has passed. You've done level 2. Which is that awesome background, and then you're already talking about that level 3. Oh shit! Oh my God, what is this all about? I mean, I can't wait to get into it. So, talk about it, Gabe. What was up with level 2? How did that project go? Talk about the madness behind level 2 before we get into level 3.
Yeah, so basically, level 2, it picks up in my brain, it picks up like 2 weeks after the events from level 1. Commander E.K.O was defeated, and he gets brought back to life by Wardy Morta, and now Klugus, who is Dizzy's best friend and partner, like wizard partner, from the Shokunin order. They are the Klugus is now a part of Commander E.K.O because that was part of the spell that Wardy Morta put on him before he died. So it opens up that way. Commander E.K.O's waking up, and he realizes that he's back, and he's starting to understand how he's back because Klugus is him now, and he has all of her memories. So now he knows everything about the Shokunin. He knows their weaknesses, their strengths. He has all of her memories, all of her skill sets. And then he travels back to Kragladon and finds out that Wardy Morta, in the meantime, has been putting up her own banners, and she's kind of taken control of the planet that he was trying to take over. And he's not very stoked about it. So then Dizzy and the rest of the crew across the stars, across the galaxy, Dizzy and the rest of the crew are headed to the planet of Weeping Dust, where they can find this more information about the secret weapon that the Shokunin used thousands of years ago. And so on their way, they get sidetracked and they end up on the planet of Mothonia, and Dizzy finds out that not everything that he was led to believe is true. His doctrine, basically, that he was brought up in, like Mr. Emperor guy, who is his mentor.
Welcome to life, Dizzy. That's what it is,
right? Mr. Emperor guy looks like he's been spreading some bad deals across the galaxy. So they land on this planet that Dizzy believes is under the protection of Kragladon, and he comes to find out that it's just been torn apart by war after war, and currently there's a tyrannical leader who's sitting on a throne of like a kind of throne, I guess, a throne of his own making, and he's just taken over the planet, and all these moth people who live there, which, by the way, is a very tiny homage to Godzilla. They all look kind of like Mothra a little bit.
Oh, gotcha.
And so it's been taken over by Chris Coolian, who is inspired by a good friend of mine, Chris Killian, who's a host of comicbook.com. So so he actually is in the book. And then
they were cool.
And then yeah, Dizzy's like, what are you talking about? You know, this planet doesn't belong to you. And he goes, this is under the protection of Kraglodon. And everyone points out to him, they're like, yeah, dude, you know, Mr. Emperor guy, he never sent anybody over here. Like, he took all the resources, but he never fulfilled his end of the deal. So Dizzy's really disturbed and bothered by that.
It sounds like the Empire from
Yeah.
the recent Mando, right? You know, hey man, when the assassin came, he's like, yo, just keep producing spice and y'all be good, all right?
Yeah,
Other than that, oh shit, gangster.
100%. And so that's where we're at. And then it ends with an epic kaiju battle between Dizzy. He gets his hands on an atomic pineapple, and when he eats the atomic pineapple, he grows into this massive robot lizard. And then he has to fight Chris Coolian, who's a three-headed, who also has a mech suit. He has like a three-headed, he's a three-headed gorilla mech warrior suit. And then they have a battle. And then so book 3 picks up right after that. So now our characters they kind of went on this, I like to call them side quests, you know, because I'm a gamer. So they went on the side quest. So now they're heading to the planet of Weeping Dust in book 3. And Dana, it opens up with Dana having these terrible nightmares of her mother, Wardy Morta's mom. And she's just having all these nightmares about Wardy Morta's trying to control her through her dreams. And she can't sleep, and she's going through all this turmoil. And then they get to the planet of Weeping Dust, where we find Starry Flux, this mermaid who has this song that hypnotizes people and causes them to drink this magical elixir that gives them eternal life. But every time if they drink it, from the first sip, if they stop drinking, they'll die. So basically, they have to.
You got to keep chugging it.
You have to keep drinking it. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
So basically,
I got about good marketing.
Yeah, seriously, man. So she basically traps these pirates, these sailors, these wandering warrior type people to stay on her planet, and that gives her this sense of purpose and power. And that's all I can really say about book 3. There's a couple twists in book 3 that I think people are going to be really excited about.
I can't wait. I mean, that already sounds dope, from the level 1 to the level 2 to the level 3. My God, bro, you're making me want to throw my wallet at the screen. So what's up with the level 3? When is the project live? If not, when will it be live? What's popping?
So the project will be live. It's going to be available for pre-order via Kickstarter.
When does it launch?
It's this month, March 29th. So a week from tomorrow. So whenever, I don't know when people, if you're watching this right now, if you're watching this on Monday, what's the date today? My brain.
Today is the 21st.
21st, yeah. So a week from tomorrow, it'll be live, and yeah, it is wild. We have Carrie Langle, who did the artwork for it, and there's space mermaids, espionage.
I love space mermaids. I really sound sick, bro.
She's such a cool character, man. I love Starry Flux. She's modeled, inspired by like Medusa. There's a lot of Greek mythology themes in my books, and so she has snakes for hair, and her snakes sing a song. They sing this song so beautiful that it hypnotizes people and makes them want to drink her elixir. So that's how she gets people. So
she's a one-woman band, bro. She can do the main vocals and have a backup on her head,
Yeah, she talks while the snakes are singing. So and then the characters have to figure out how to defeat her, and they have a really cool battle at the end. That's pretty awesome. So
that sounds hella fun, bro. I need to know, bro, where are you getting into this creative space? You have these names, these designs. I know you're the writer behind this. Like, what space are you getting into, bro, to do level 2 and then level 3? I mean, how does this idea formulate in that head of yours, kiddo?
Dude, I don't really know. I mean, so somebody asked me this. A friend asked me this who was it? Just a couple days ago, they're like, do you just get high and or drunk? Start writing. And I was like, dude, here's what's crazy. I don't think I've ever written drunk or high. And personally, I don't smoke because I wish I did sometimes, but I don't, just because it makes me kind of goofy, or more goofy than I already am. I don't need it. I have nothing against it, but it's just, weed and myself, we don't vibe that well. So, but
it's okay. Many people don't vibe that way. I had an incident where, a former brother-in-law of mine, I had him smoke with the first time with me when I lived back in Queens, and he was paranoid.
yeah,
I gave him bread. I said, "Here's bread. This will help you." I was just giving him stuff to mess around, because me and my boys are there, and this is the first time he's doing it. So eat bread, it'll go away. So he sits on the sofa, starts eating bread, and he falls asleep. I'm like, "Yo, you okay?" He wakes up and he keeps chewing. He goes, "Bro, my heart." I said, "Go brush your teeth. That'll take it away." And then he goes brush his teeth. He goes, "Not helping. Can you call the ambulance?" I'm like, "Bro, just calm down. Just calm down."
Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah, it just doesn't vibe that well for me.
It's
So
not for everyone, brother. For
yeah,
me, I get into a work zone when I do that. So God
that's
forbid I
cool.
smoke, and you put me in front of a computer, bro. I'll have like a week's worth of content done.
Dang, dude. See, I wish it had that effect on me. That'd be awesome. But for now, but no, these characters, not a lot of people know this, but these characters have been in my head for many, many, many years. And so for me, it was like there was Dizzy didn't necessarily have a name, but I always had this idea of like a lizard wizard who just had this characteristic, these attributes, that he was just a good person. He wanted to do good. He believed in good, and he was always positive. And then I had this character, Dana Deathly, who again wasn't even named Dana Deathly at the
I
time, but
love that name though too. After you tell me about that, I need to know where you got that name. I love that name.
so Dana was one of the name Dana came from Batman Beyond. She was like it's Terry McGinnis's girlfriend in
Oh,
in
okay.
Batman Beyond, and I was like one of my first crushes. Yes, I know. I know it's a cartoon. That's fine.
Hey, bro, I like Chitara a lot.
Yeah,
I get you.
she's rad. Yeah. So yeah, I was like one of my first like crushes in high school, and or wow, no, junior
Oh
high.
damn, high school. Like, damn, bro.
Yeah, no, that was junior high, I guess. That's right, because this was like early 2000s. Oh yeah, so yeah, it would have been junior high. It wouldn't have been high school.
Yeah.
And so that's where the name came from, Dana Deathly. And I like the idea of this character who just had all of this power that was given to her. She was just born into power. She's strong. She has all these abilities. She can do all this awesome stuff, but the source of her power is hatred, and it's just fueled by this evil source. But she doesn't want to be evil. So a lot of the books, especially in book 3, we it explores a lot of those emotions that she's going through with. She can do all these amazing things, but she's so scared. And anytime she lets loose, she hurts people, or just can destroy things very easily because she's so powerful. But she wants to find out how she can retrain her body and retrain her mind to use these powers for good. And Dizzy Doom really inspires her to do that, because they kind of complete each other really nicely. Like, Dizzy Doom has a lot of power as well, but he has a different outlook on life. He never had to really suffer like she suffered, and she had a hard life, and he's kind of had a charmed life.
God,
So,
it's about the privileged and the underprivileged.
yeah. And so, she has a completely different worldview than Dizzy does. He just thinks everything's like sunshine and roses, and he's quickly learning that it's not. And she thinks everyone's out to get her, and they're showing each other that things aren't black and white. There are good people out there. There's also bad people out there. And, Dizzy's kind of naive. He trusts people really easily. He wants to see the good in people, and he makes a lot of mistakes because of that. And she kind of shows him what to look for, and then he shows her that there are good people out there. You can trust certain people. Not everyone's trying to get at you. So yeah, book 3 is wild, man. it's cool. And yeah, and then book 4 comes out at the end of this year. You know, we're
Oh
already,
damn! You got
yeah.
book 3 is not even out on Kickstarter. You need to be talking to me about book
Dude,
4, bro.
here's
Gabriel's mind is ahead, way ahead.
here's this great. So here's what's weird. All of all 8 books were finished
8.
in 2020.
So we have 8 levels coming.
Yeah.
Basically.
So
Holy shit!
yeah, so all 8 books were finished in 2020, at the end of 2020, I believe, and written, not artwork. So that's what takes a long time. So right now, I have artists working on book 4 and book 5 currently, and then we're about to start pre-production for book 6.
Wonderful. Wow!
So
Look at
yeah,
you, Jesus Christ!
yeah, it's crazy town.
I'm digging it so much. So what about that creative team that you have working, that did 2, 3, working on 4? I mean, it's same folks ever since level 1. Do you have any new team members? How's that journey been with that?
So
Creative.
the artwork for this series, the artwork changes every book, and the reason is because Pineapple Pete, who's the overarching demon, he's this just trickster type character, like a Loki type character, who's just constantly manipulating time and space. He's trapped all of these characters in a video game simulation. So so they're playing out these adventures in this universe, but they don't know that they're trapped in a video game simulation. So he has to change. How do I say this without giving away anything? He has to change the graphics and the environment for the game each
Okay.
level. So that's why the artwork changes. So level 1
Very
level
smart.
1 is definitely inspired by like Mobius. The artwork is inspired by like creators like Mobius, and just this French indie fantasy kind of vibe. And that's what Dizzy Doom represents, in my opinion. Just like he's just like a lot of French or early American indie comics. Commander E.K.O, he represents like that 1960s, 1950s sci-fi horror genre. So we wanted an artist. We wanted artists that could portray that with like kaiju battles and just these really cool colors that stand out. That I don't want to say looks old because that might come off wrong, but just looks a little retro in a sense. Just kind of has like more of like a 50s, 60s old school comic book vibe.
Love it.
And then Dana Deathley for level 3, why I wanted Carrie Lingle to do it is she has a really cool anime Japanese artwork kind of style, and Dana Deathley represents that that Japanese storytelling, very mystical. We have a lot of scenes that are that take place in like the spirit realm, and so there's even like some Japanese spirits and stuff that you'll see in book 3.
Don't tell me you have that forest there with people be hanging themselves and shit.
No, no,
that's the creepy stuff, man. Yeah. Too that I've seen, right?
Yeah. It is, yeah. No, it's yeah, this is for kids too. This is kid friendly, so it's not no hanging people for us.
Okay, but, and that that's actually something cool. Since you mentioned that kid friendly, because YA is blowing up everywhere. I mean, you even got adults reading the YA stuff now because it's more in tune with the classic stories, you know, and that vibe. So you did that intentionally to make it for everybody, kind of making it more for kids, but obviously, adults could enjoy it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. The Last Airbender is one of my favorites of all time. The Last Airbender, Samurai Jack.
I love Samurai Jack, bro. That and Afro Samurai. Those are my two favorite. I want to see them in a battle.
Yeah. Well, let me see if I can. So, I think I can share this. I got something for you if you like Samurai Jack.
Oh, I love Samurai Jack, bro. Wow.
So, this is not confirmed. I don't want to freak people out because I don't want the internet going crazy. This is not confirmed, but we're eyeballing Ethan Beavers, the artist for Samurai Jack, for book 6, and he actually sent me this. So
Oh my God! What a tease! If that's
So
not a tease, bro,
yeah, so that's
gorgeous. That is so gorgeous.
see,
Look at that, yo. Samo and our boy Dizzy chilling, son.
yeah. So
And
that
did Dizzy go into your closet, bro?
actually, yeah, I got my Hawaiian shirts up
There
here.
you go, bro. Shit.
Um, but yeah, so that style of storytelling has just always been really cool. That it's just so out there. Like Final Fantasy is like one of my favorite video game series of all time, and it does what I want to do. What I hope I can do as a writer is give people these worlds and show them things they've never seen before, but also make it familiar. You know, I have a lot of Easter eggs in these stories, and because I'm a fan. You know, I made this because I am a fan of these things, and I want to share my love for these things, and just it's also a thank you. It's a love letter to these different worlds, these different stories that made me who I am, gave me the worldview that I have, and have allowed me to hopefully be a good person and put that back out into the world. And so yeah, I mean, I each book is just a massive appreciation for pop culture, for these amazing stories.
Yes.
And what Last Airbender and Samurai Jack do is so incredible. They take you on these stories, but so much of it is visual. And
Yes.
so that's what we're trying to do with Digital Legends of Doom. And so far so good. I hope. You know, I think it's a pretty wild world and pretty crazy ride. So
So I want to know this, right? Because you said it's going to be 8 levels. You know what I mean? And we're going to go. Do you anticipate doing something else with this property outside of the books once they're all out, or maybe during the project? What's the plans here for a
uh,
greater DLOD verse?
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we actually have 3 DLOD spin-off books in production as well, on top of what
Whoa.
I'm already doing. So I wrote the rough stories for 2 of them, and then and then one of them I worked on with my good friend Trevor Barber, and we wrote it together. But all 3 take place inside the Digital Lizards of Doom universe, but they focus more on a single character, and they're not as large.
Okay.
Kind of think of them as like a Marvel solo movie rather than like the
Okay.
Avengers movies, you know, like the team up movies. So the main storyline is going to have all the characters, and they're all going to be interacting with each other. But we have a Dana Deathley a book in the works. I just read the script for that recently. It was amazing. I didn't write it. It was written by Isaac Wilbanks, who's an incredible writer, and his story is awesome, man. It's so cool, and I was tripping out reading that. It was so awesome. And then we have Alex Batts, who wrote a Commander Echo and Spider Nose spinoff. So we have that coming out. And then yeah, it's just wild, dude. It's
So
wild.
what's up with the music? You still touring and all? What's popping there musically?
So the books have been keeping me super busy. So we're not really touring right now, but funny you should mention that. We just got asked to play to open up for Kyle Gass from Tenacious D. So
Oh, say word.
that's next week. We're opening up for them.
Where? Folks, buy your tickets. Where is this?
It's in San Diego at the Soda Bar. So
Oh,
we're gonna do
cool.
something pretty special for that, and then that'll probably, I'm not really planning any tours right now other than book tours and conventions,
Excellent.
but we'll pop some shows in there, and yeah, we have right now. We released our orchestral album this past winter. I guess we're technically still in winter, but so our orchestral album's on Spotify and Apple Music if you guys want to go check that out. It's called Dizzy Doom and the Symphony of from Outer Space. So Dizzy Doom and the Symphony. I couldn't remember the name for a second. I was like, what is it? I remember it's something really long. And yeah, that's that's
right.
pretty much it. But we got
That's music, but I need to know then what conventions then you're going to do. Because you say you're going to possibly do some conventions. Is there anything planned thus far where people will go see you and get those books autographed and buy them from your table? I mean, come on.
Absolutely. So we'll be at San Diego Comic Fest on end of April. Oh man, I don't know the dates. I think it's April 28th, and then we'll be at WonderCon. We're doing Austin Comic Con.
Hey.
And I think we're doing New York as well, and then Cincinnati Comic Con Cincinnati as
Excellent.
well. So that's what's in the books right now. But
you gotta hit Florida too, bro. Come on, get some hot heat over here. Not that not your dry heat. I'm in Orlando.
You're in Orlando. Oh, do they have some good conventions out there?
Oh, the Florida MegaCon, which is my fan expo, and great show. I did it first time last year. Awesome. That was the only Comic-Con I got to do in Florida last year. But fire! Everybody was happy. Every independent creator I spoke to, because my first question off camera is, "Did you do okay?" I was concerned about that. It's a big expenditure for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh man, hand over fist. I made my money back the first day." I said, "Oh, that's exactly what I want to hear." So I would say it was probably like 99.8% of them that gave me that positive response that they did really well.
That's what's up.
The people are hungry for this. They want to visit people like you. They want to hang out, get these books autographed, talk some shit in person.
Yeah. Man. I love it. I love doing conventions. It's one of my favorite things in the world. It's so much fun. I got to sign. I had my first line, dude, at LA Comic Con last year at Christmas.
Ooh, how was that?
It was unbelievable. I got to meet a lot of the lesser known comics people in person, which was so cool. They're just my family now. Everyone there is so cool. And it was a small line. It was like a line of like 6 people, but still I was like, there's people lined up to get my autograph. This is the weirdest thing in the world, dude. So that was just that was so weird, but it was super cool.
Well, more is coming, bro, because you know how this comic book community is, man. And you keep kicking ass the way you're kicking ass, this is a wrap, bro. It's not going to be 6 people next time. It's going to be 60 and then 600.
We'll see. I mean, as long as people are liking it and it means something to them and they can identify with the characters and see some of themselves inside the characters. I just think that, that's why I do this. And because I see myself in the characters, I write these characters because even the bad guys, people are like, my friend asked me, he's like, well, not Commander Echo or Pineapple Pete, they're bad guys. And I was like, no, dude, I see myself in them too, and I got evil thoughts. We all have evil thoughts. We get hung up on revenge, and we allow ourselves to go down these dark paths, and sometimes we don't always make the decisions we wished we would have. And that's what being a hero is all about, is like fighting that. It's not being perfect. Nobody's perfect. That's one of these characters to show that nobody's perfect, and it's never too late. It's never too late to turn your life around and just choose to make the right decision. Never. I
believe that. I believe that's so hard, because it's like nowadays so many people get punished for things of the past when they were kids and now they're adults. And you're the same person.
Yeah.
Stop that. People can grow and change. It's just a fact, But let's talk about the awesome little video you sent me right here. So I want to play this so people will get a nice taste of DLOD. Let's do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Holy smokes, what a tease. Dramatic music, the artwork, everything. Jeez, definitely. When was this video produced? This is fire.
I think that was 2020. I want
Okay.
to say that was 2020. Yeah, that was right before book one came out, or right before book one got picked up by a publisher. We were with a different publisher at the time,
Okay.
and then now we're with Lesser Known Comics, and I absolutely nothing against the old publisher, but I couldn't be happier with Lesser Known Comics. They
That's
really
a beautiful thing. I see
Yeah.
them taking care. I see them sharing. I see them commenting. I see them, doing a lot for people on their team. So how did you even get hooked up with Lesser Known and made the decision that that's who you want to roll with for this project?
Yeah, so we started talking. Lesser Known Comics and I started talking before book one actually came out on the
Okay.
original publisher, and we were going to. They hit me up to do a cross promotional thing, and then they asked me some questions, and I believe I was talking to Mark, and it was just such a cool experience. I mean, he was just so genuine, and I really believed in what he was doing. And then I said, "Oh man, I really want to work with this guy." And then we were gonna go and do a cross promotional thing, but the publisher I was with couldn't really figure out how to do that in a way that made sense at the time. And then when I left the other publisher, I hit up Mark, and I was going to start my own publishing company at the time. And I was just talking to him, and I said, "Hey, do you have any advice? Like, what would you do in this situation?" And he really just guided me and coached me through a couple things, like his experiences thus far in the industry, and
Okay.
we related a lot to each other on multiple levels. And so eventually, as I realized what the workload was going to look like starting my own publishing company, I said, "Hey man, do you have any interest in publishing Digital Lizards of Doom?" And he goes, "Yes, come here, let's go." And so we just started planning it out, how it was going to work. And then
He was just waiting for you to ask. He was just waiting, like, "Oh my God, here's the advice, kiddo. Good luck. I hope you can do it, but I want this. I want it." Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was wild. It was so cool. And we just combined resources. So I brought everyone I was working with over to Lesser Known, and then he brought all of his resources to me. And it's been amazing, man. And yeah, I can't wait. He's just super supportive, and everyone on the team is incredibly supportive. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, look at that website. Holy smokes, bro. Folks, I mean, do that. No, it won't let me do that. How nice. Let me change that. There we go. Look at that. Damn, bro. Oh man, what happened to the hair today, bro?
It's
bad hair, a bad hair day, bro.
Yeah. It's there. It's just I took a shower earlier, so
Yeah,
that's like post shower. It's there. It's just doing its thing.
But look at this. This is the rest of the family here. Then we got level one. We got level two right there. $25. And how big are these books? Because people are going to see this price point, but they don't understand. This is not a small little comic book, folks.
No, they're close to 200 pages.
Oh snap!
Yeah, they're big books. I have them actually right here, so you can kind of see they're.
Oh, dope! Look at that. Hell yeah,
they're hefty books.
Look how fat.
Like,
hell yeah.
They're little fatties, man. So
I ain't wrong with fatties.
Let's check this out. This is a cool spread. This is from level 2.
Oh, that's fire. Oh, and that's that Caillou, right?
Yep, that's part of the Kaiju battle, and this is when Dizzy's going up against Chris Coolian.
Ooh.
And then he eats this atomic pineapple and grows into like a massive super Dizzy.
Super Dizzy, love it. Mega Dizzy.
Mega Dizzy. And he has atomic pineapple breath, of course. Like Godzilla has his atomic breath.
So that means that when you die, at least you smell nice.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get burned, but you're gonna smell like fruit. Don't worry.
Let's see. This is one of my favorite pages. Dizzy using atomic pineapple breath.
Oh damn! But look at the power of the breath. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
encompasses the whole. She's not
Yeah,
even a direct shot. It's like I'm covering your whole body with this. Crazy.
yeah, it's wild, dude. It's wild.
I am digging it. So I want to ask you, since you're a kaiju fan,
Yeah.
have you seen the announcement of Godzilla versus King Kong Part 2?
No
Yeah,
way.
I saw this yesterday. I'm like, in Part 1, we had a definitive winner. Come on now, what are they trying to pull here? Yes. Maybe
Dang.
that's where Kong will die. Because normally Kong died. That's why at first I didn't want to see the first one. I was like, damn it, you're gonna kill Kong. I'm a Godzilla guy, but I hate seeing Kong die all the time.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm a Godzilla fan. I love King Kong. He's cool, but yeah, I mean, Godzilla, he's gonna win that one.
Yeah, definitive winner in Part 1. He could have smoked his head off.
Yeah,
he didn't, because Godzilla is a good lizard.
yeah, but and then they team up, which is amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
If you haven't seen the original, but
the Godzilla movies are the recent ones are the only ones I've seen in a movie theater, and not a regular movie theater, a drive-in theater.
Oh wow.
So what a great experience, bro. I was just there. Everybody making noise and shit. I'm just there with my drink just hooked. I'm like, whoa, it's so cool.
Yeah, they're great, man. They're super great. Speaking of movies, did you see Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Yes, which I loved. And I hate how people say, oh, it's just so long. Shut up. It's a good movie. You don't even listen. When it's good storytelling, time flies.
Yep.
You would be like, it was 3 hours. Damn, I didn't feel it because you're so engaged in it.
Yeah, it was. That movie is one of my favorite movies, superhero movies ever. And speaking of Zack Snyder's Justice League, there is actually a Justice League tie-in for Digital Legends of Doom Level 3.
No,
and what I mean by that is Ray Porter, who plays Darkseid.
Yeah.
He's actually doing the foreword. He's doing the intro for DLOD Book 3.
No way. So he's a DLOD fan, son?
He's a fan, yeah. So
awesome.
I reached out to him and I asked him if he would be interested in doing the intro for the book. He graciously accepted. So if you purchase DLOD Level 3, you get to read Ray Porter's, in his own words, the intro. He does the introduction for DLOD Book 3. It's amazing.
That is so cool, bro. Yeah. I mean, any other future awesome guest appearances in the world of DLOD that you could tease us with? Damn, Ray Porter. Who else, bro?
So for book 4, we have some Dungeons and Dragons royalty. Who's doing the intro for book 4, really? And he's confirmed, but it's a big one. But okay. I can't say who it is yet, but
don't worry. Just send me that press release when you can, so I can share it with the world, so people
can
buy immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm really excited. But him and I have been talking back and forth, and he's busy. He's busy right now with a couple conventions, and then when he wraps up, him and I are gonna sit down and then I'll get the intro from him.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. You're killing it, Gabe. I mean, you really are. You and the team. I mean, wonderful books, and you keep teasing me again. It's 8 books. So what's your schedule when you drop these books? So, when will the last one be released? By when? What's the schedule looking like in your mind?
The last one will be released, I'm hoping, 2023. And there's a slight chance that we might break it up into 2 parts because it was always going to be 8 books, but so many things happen in book 8. I mean, it is massive. It is like the grand finale. It is, I'm reading this thing and it's about twice as long as any of the other books. So depending on printing cost and all that stuff, we might break it up into 2 parts. But we'll see. That's a future problem. I'm gonna wait and see what happens before then.
I'm digging it. I'm digging the idea. It sounds familiar to what Walking Dead is doing with their season finale. So, they're breaking it down part 1 of 3 before the end. Yeah. Now we're up to part 2 before the end. So that'd be great. I mean, listen, this is the grand finale, part 1 of 2.
Yeah. So, and it's called Final Boss. So if we do that, so it's level 1 through 7. and then book 8 is called Final Boss. So if we do end up breaking it up, we're gonna call it Mini Boss and Final Boss. So, but it depends. You know, if we can fit everything in one book and it makes sense, and we don't have to do a lot of edits, then great. Then it'll be one book. But if we do have to, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happens in book.
I know you're building it. You said you've been building it. They're written. They're ready to go. So
yeah.
And again, so you keep building upon it, even though they're ready to go. That's what I just caught here. It's like, damn, it's not really done yet. Hold on.
Yeah, because like, so for example, the last line of book 8, which I'm not going to say what the last line is, but the last line of book 8 was written, I think, in 2017.
Oh, damn! Really?
Yeah, and I started.
You had the finality in your head from the beginning.
Yeah, I had the characters first. I built all the characters first, and gave them, you know, who they are, and figured out what decisions they would make. Then I started on book 8, where this whole thing was going to wrap up. Kind of like how a lot of people write mystery novels. You know, you end with the villain being exposed or caught or not caught, depending on what the story is, and then you work your way backwards and you leave all these clues. So I can't wait for book 8 for a lot of reasons, but there are clues from book 1 all the way up to book 8 with how the story is going to end. And it's that there. And then when people see that, when they see the ending for book 8, and you'll be able to trace back from book 1 all these tiny little hints at things that are directly.
And you did that with intent, those Easter eggs with intent, and they were ready. Nice.
Yeah, it would have been pretty difficult to do it on accident because they're very, very specific. Like there's sentences and words and that directly affect the outcome of book 8. There's a lot of hints at future wars that are coming with certain characters, and it's been a mission, bro.
It's a mission. I mean, I could tell you're frazzled, bro. But you know what? No worries, bro. Because when people start seeing this and they could pick up the next book dropping next week, I mean, for them to start putting their money and throwing their wallets at, I can't wait. Because, you know, again, this is why I love independent creators like yourself, man. Look, you have a whole solid plan. People, this is someone you could actually kickstart with 100% faith that you're gonna get your product in no time. Because the homie got stuff done, already got the teams, thinking we're heading into the future. This is the type of creator that I love to support, that I love to put money behind. You know, so thank you for doing that. Thank you for being creative and in the space, and and being such a forward thinker as well. Having things ready for us as a fan, and being able to make sure that you could take our money.
Thank you so much, man.
Now, for real. But folks, really important. I want you guys to visit Lesser Known Comics. This is where you could pick up the previous 2 levels right now. And of course, then you can also peruse the rest of the incredible family of the Lesser Known Comics. But very important right here. You need to stay up to date. All right. So because you don't have the pre-launch link yet, correct?
We have the pre-launch link. Yes, we have. We do have the pre-launch link. Yeah.
Okay. You could say hello right here, and I could display that now. See where I put hello in the private chat on the side. Right. Send me that link there because people need to jump on the pre-launch. All right. Now, what type of tiers we're talking here? Levels. I mean, is there going to be any cool swag that people are going to be able to get? Okay, you can tease us on.
We're doing a lot of stuff with comic books for kids right now, and so. We actually have a tier where if you buy one, if you buy a book, you can donate a book, and it goes directly to Comic Books for Kids. And Comic Books for Kids actually just recently just announced that here. I'm grabbing this link. Here is the pre-launch link. Boom! It's in the chat. Boom! There it is.
And there it goes.
So Comic Books for Kids actually just announced that they just expanded to the UK. So they donate to over 200 children's hospitals and cancer research centers in the U.S.
Wow, God
And
bless.
then they just expanded to the UK as well, so they're going to be doing the same thing over there.
Well, I wrote that down because we're always looking for charity support because I want to do my Crusader virtual con this year. I'd love to have you as a guest, but this is something that sounds wonderful right up our alley to support for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think we know so many publishers that we could possibly even get nice donations for these kids to have material to read for all
That
these.
was so cool, man.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I hadn't heard of them before. Thank you.
Yeah, please hit him up. Mark Weiss is the president. He's a wonderful friend. We've become pretty close over the past couple months, and
that's wonderful.
Yeah, he's a great dude, really good dude.
See, folks, how could you not support somebody like this that even gives back to the community, to children? Come on, yo. There's a man that really is trying to make change in comics, a very positive change, a fun change. Because again, these books are total escapism too. So it's like, you're reading something, you're out of this world, literally. Love it.
Yeah, you're a part of the adventure as well. I mean, you really you're going along with these characters. You're having this sense of adventure. You're on the ship with Dizzy. You're in the planet of weeping dust, which, by the way, I can't wait for people to see the planet. It's a giant donut with a coffee cup through the middle, and that's the planet of weeping dust. And
okay, I hope no cops go there because there would be no planet.
Yeah,
space for us. Look, a giant donut. We need it. All right, that's funny though. But I love it. Folks, you got the pre-launch right here. Okay, Dizzy Doom Media, Digital is the Doom, level 3, Dana Deathly, folks. Sign up now, get notified, and please follow Gabe right there on YouTube at Dizzy Doom Media, Instagram, Digital is the Doom. His personal is of Synth, OFSYNTH, and also follow the amazing publisher Lesser Known Comics. And now on Twitter is DLOD World, also of Synth, and of course it's Lesser K Comics on Twitter. Follow, support, show love for independent creators, independent comic books, and the awesomeness of Gabriel Valentin of DLOD. Wepa! Brother, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and talking about the greatness of DLOD, the level 2, the level 3, all the way up to level 8. I can't wait. And you know what? Come back each time you drop, brother. I got you. I'm loving it. I need to know more and more. This is amazing, and also thank you for what you're doing there with that charity. That's amazing. Comic books for kids, folks. Check it out. Awesome. So you put some support behind this project. Do that. Donate. Bring a smile to a kid's life. All right. So I'm trying
to get them 1,000 books. That's my goal. I want to get them 1,000 books so every kid has a book.
Let's make it happen, team.
Yeah. So and we donate a lot of money. Like for my birthday, I did a donation for them where like all the 100% of the proceeds went to comic books for kids. So so we're always trying to come up with new things. We have a coloring book that I'm going to be working on with them.
Cool.
And there's going to be some DLOD stuff in there, some Frank Frazetta stuff in there. Ooh. It's going to be pretty wild. And 100% of those profits, 100%. I'm not making any money off of this. 100% of those profits are going to go straight back to comic books for kids. So it's really cool stuff. Really,
that's a man with a great heart. This is the type of creator to get behind, folks. Honest to God, you always want to have the Crusader support because you are a Crusader for real. So with that, folks, thank you for tuning in. Show the love to the folks. I'm gonna show it one last time. The pre-launch. Don't miss out. Get her done. Goes live next week. All right, and do the one where you donate a book. Come on. You people, you don't need to have coffee one day or something, it's all right. Show some love to a kid that needs it. Really lesser known comics, an amazing independent publisher out now. And of course, follow Gabe and DLOD everywhere on the socials, YT, Instagram, and Twitter. All right. With that, I'm Omega. Thank you again, Mr. Valentin. I appreciate your time. And my people, you know what to do. Outro says it all. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. Wepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit ComicCrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at UndercoverCapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.